yeah, we could continue the conversation. I just didn't want to bring it in dry, and everyone look like they staring.
Hey, wait a second, the glass.
Yeah, everyone just
No,
staring at the guy.
but like I said, right, at the end of the day, we all know. I feel like COVID was designed by the Chinese to cripple the United States economy, right? And to show them at the end of the day, you still need China to survive at some point, right? But where I'm a butler, I had this guy who was training from Britain. He was telling us that everything that goes on in the world, you have like higher powers, like people who are millionaires and billionaires. Their plan is to kill out a lot of the population of the country of the world, and
Population control.
right, and reproduce with more perfect people, like perfect with perfect bodies and perfect looks and all that extra shit. To repopulate the earth. Now I don't know how true it is, but some of the things that they're saying, if you really take witness to what's going on, it's kind of evident to what's going on.
Yeah, I don't want to get too deep into conspiracy. Like I know
I
what's
was gonna
going
say
on.
that's some deep conspiracies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to get too deep into that. I mean, because a lot of people still being affected by it. You know what I mean? I just want to know. To me, I just want to see how this country could bounce back from it. You know what I mean? Like it could be a while before we back to the regular scheduled program, and
Definitely.
and even then, is tourism still going to be the main and forefront? Like, are they still going to focus so much, seeing that we need to be a little more self preserved? Yeah,
Yeah.
just like, are they going to take agriculture a little bit more serious in this country? Are we going to utilize our natural resources? So that's really what I'm looking at and hoping we shift towards after this whole COVID-19. You know what I mean? But
Okay, but if we do, right, how many persons or how many young men that you know are gonna be into farming and cultivating our society in our Bahama land?
not a fucking one.
Those
I don't know nobody.
I'll get it.
I don't know nobody.
Right,
didn't grow up. Those didn't grow up on no agriculture and wild like that shit. Nope.
So, but it takes
So
a
that
start.
ain't gonna be. Yeah, that ain't gonna be something easy.
It takes a start though. Like we got to start somewhere. I mean, hopefully people get it together. But yeah, anyway.
I see that they have some plans on actually trying to expand the cruise port in Nassau Bay. So if that could bounce off after this COVID-19 thing clear up, then that should be able to help the economy a little bit, you know.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope. I didn't want to start on that. We could get some more into that. I wanted to start a little bit on sports. But yeah, welcome to the 2 for 2 podcast. I am your host, Rivers. Today I'm here with some of my good friends and co-hosts. We got Davies in the building. We got Banks.
Yo.
What's up? What's going on? Like, what y'all got good going on now? Like,
it's chill, baby. It's cooling. It's chilling, passing the breeze. You don't know.
How y'all feel about them possibly bringing back the NBA season this year? I felt like it wasn't gonna happen. They're saying there's possibilities that they could use certain destinations like Disneyland. I was hearing Atlantis. I doubt that. But
yeah. I doubt on that.
I was hearing that too.
Yeah, I was hearing that. I mean,
that'd be good though.
Yeah, what do y'all think about no fans though? Like you won't watch basketball with no fans?
I mean, it's like the whole thing with no fans, bro, it's just like watching summer league, bro. They just gonna be in the gym running, you know. So I mean, that's small things. I don't know how much people just watch summer league, but you know, it's more so hearing the players on the court and things like that. So
yeah, but
why.
Nobody.
I think it makes sense to bring the NBA back, bro.
You don't think so?
Nah, bro. Tuesday just call that a L, dog. Like the same little lockout season, just take that L, bro. Like this a global pandemic wide that gone on in history, you know. Ain't nobody care if the NBA season get canceled, bro. Only the players really wanted to finish out the wide.
I mean, I agree because people are getting affected in all walks of life, not even just financially.
Yeah, bro.
Like people losing family and all kind of crap. We didn't worry about NBA and BL and all that shit. They weren't gonna survive after this, bro.
Yeah, but
These niggas only trying to keep their money, their millions. You know, the NBA players only trying to keep their millions, bro. They didn't give a fuck about the poor people. What?
LeBron bigger than the pandemic, though. So I don't think he
Fuck
can.
LeBron, bro.
I don't think he can allow it to happen.
He ain't bigger than shit, bro.
I don't think he can allow it to happen. This is gonna be his ring season. Like he probably to win a ring this season.
Could you kill LeBron? If you shoot LeBron, could he die?
Hold on. But
No,
I don't know.
Fuck that.
But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe on YouTube, you know, I don't want to get canceled. we can't talk that kind of shit on YouTube.
Okay.
We can't.
My apology.
We're not promoting killing anybody.
Yeah, by the way.
No. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is he ain't bigger than no human. He can die like we all can die. He's human at the end of the day. People worry about their livelihood, bro. They don't watch the one play the ball. They can't.
But he's the face of the NBA, bro.
Yeah, he's the face of the NBA, and he ain't allowed it.
Believe it or not, believe it or not, but whatever he say, he go. But we already see how he run through Cleveland. But that's a story for a different time too. But like I say, but I don't feel like the NBA need to come back, cause bro, this is a global pandemic, bro. Like this definitely going on in history as a period in time that the world was like frozen. You see what I'm saying? Everyone came to a pause. So it don't matter if the NBA stopped, bro. Like that's part of it. You see what I'm saying?
But all right, but if you look at it, they open and back up a lot of cities in the States. Like
that's true.
Back to normal. So how could you open states and cities back up, and then you telling these NBA players they can't resume their season?
This is what I thinking about. I think every team probably had like 17 games left. That's how much it was?
Yeah, it was about 17.
Like 17 games left, bro. Like how condensed them games gonna be, and then you have to play a whole playoff series and the final series, unless they cutting down all them playoff series to like back in the day where the first round is one game and then the second round is best out of the three, like that. Other than that, but that gonna be a big strain on these players, dog, because they already been months without training. You know what I'm saying? You already been at least 2 months with no training. You only doing your little home training. So then you going back to your little camp to do the serious training, and then you got to play 17 games. You don't know how them games will be scheduled, and then you got to play a playoff series too.
Well,
that's gonna be a lot of niggas play.
Facility is open back up Saturday, so they opening back up practice facilities on Saturday. They could condense. They're gonna condense the schedule to make it fit, and I think they're trying to get it. Once they could get the finals, the start, I think at the beginning of August, the mid part of August, and over like say about October.
So when they gonna have the draft then?
I don't know. That's all.
You gotta realize
when would the next season start?
Yeah,
when would the next season start? That's why I say Chivas say just scrap it, bro.
Nah, that's too much money.
You can't scrap it, because then who could be the 2020 champions? They need 2020 champions.
Bro, you didn't hear what I said at the beginning.
No matter how you get it.
Global pandemic. This is a global pandemic. It's something that affected the entire world, bro. So
I agree.
They played more than 3/4 of the season, bro. So if their season got to get cut short because of that, then that's what it is.
Yeah, but
are they going to accept that?
But hold on, the NFL.
I think they risking play injury, dog.
The NFL and football, they going on with their regular scheduled program. Like they haven't made any changes. Yeah, they haven't made any changes to what they're gonna do. They haven't said anything. So it seems like they're going to start not on time, but they're just going, like, the only thing that's going to change really is there probably isn't going to be any fans in the stadium.
Yeah, but I mean their season was already finished. So
yeah, they starting up now. NFL start in what, August?
I think it'll be August, yeah.
NFL start in August. Baseball start in about a month or two.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you know how much things can change in a month?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. So like the NFL and thing, bro, like they's already out of season and all this is going on.
It's just too much of a loss. It's too much of a loss for them to cancel all these sporting events, knowing the state that their economy is in. See, they're opening back these cities up. They're opening these cities back to capacity because of economy, like the economy base. Mm-hmm. They're looking at things crashing and the stock market and all that stuff. So that's mainly the reason why a lot of these entities and sports, especially sports in the US, haven't been canceled. They're looking at economy.
Yeah, I
So
understand that, but at the
it's
end of the
just
day, bro,
it's too big of a
like I said,
loss.
but I can understand that, but look at the people already took major L's, bro. Like this is a small L for everyone to bounce back. Look at the NCAA, bro.
No, I
They didn't have
agree.
the biggest tournament of the year, bro.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, smartness.
I
So how
agree.
much money do you think they lose, dog? So it's like,
I just don't think they're looking at really trying to like cancel the entire season for the NBA. It's just gonna be too much.
I don't see why not, bro. It already been canceled up to this long. Like I
Ron-
say, to
Ron
try
gotta-
condense all them games together. And then you got to think about the starting the next season as well as the NBA draft. But it's going to be a lot, bro. People
Ron,
say it's
Like-
coming as a L.
If the NCAA ain't playing, who y'all gonna pick on the draft? I mean, who you pick on the college to say y'all won?
They still have-
the draft.
they're gonna use
Yeah.
the prospects from the season.
Yeah,
That's
them
true.
dudes already, some of them
Yeah.
already declared for the draft. I think, do you?
Yeah, a
see?
lot
So
of
they
them
can use
already
them.
declared. But Ron gotta win his
But it
sport.
ain't no,
That's
no
why.
NCAA champion for 2020, though.
Yeah,
You know
don't
what I'm
worry
saying?
about
So
that.
why can't be no NBA champion for 2020?
Oh,
It ain't no Olympics in 2020.
Ken, let's be
How's the NBA bigger than the
but Ken,
Olympics?
let's
and
be
shit,
real.
though?
You think LeBron's gonna win a championship this year? Get your mind together, bro.
Yeah, I think they was gonna. I think LA was.
He would
gonna
have,
go.
he would have had a, he would, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't the biggest LeBron fan, but they would have had a very good chance of winning it.
Yeah, they had the
Think
best
about it. Think
chance.
about it. First and foremost, they had a chance to be there, a runner up with the LA Clippers. Clippers was going to give them a run for their money, and that's
Clippers-
right in their own backyard, right in their
Clippers was in
backyard,
league,
bro.
man.
Come on, man. Come on,
They
really?
they could give them a run for the money now, but I mean,
Exactly.
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, the niggas got LeBron on their team, but, and I hate to say it,
LeBron ain't better than
once
Kobe,
LeBron,
nor
he ain't got it.
Jordan.
Where Kobe and Jordan come from?
He ain't better than none of them.
Yeah, I dispute now, but what I'm saying is, in this NBA, today's NBA, once LeBron on your team, you have a good chance of winning. And
Yeah,
I ain't even
Really?
the biggest LeBron fan. I just
Really?
is a realist, bro.
When
bro.
KD and Steph Curry they cut their
Them-
ass 2 times.
They ain't on the same team no more, bro. We don't do it on the team right now.
That's
Yeah.
true. That is. But Kyrie and KD on the same team.
Ron
Yeah.
was getting it this year. Ron was getting it
I
this
doubt
year.
it. I doubt it.
Yeah.
It would have
I
been a
know
good watch.
Yeah. Anyway.
I
Ain't
tell
no
you.
team in the East is winning.
Huh?
I say ain't no team out the East was gonna win. Unless
I
Giannis
agree
is
with
on
that.
some different beast mode shit.
You might be on it after this lockdown, after this quarantine.
Speaking of
Hopefully, bro.
speaking of, let's see if we can bring some cohesiveness. We talking over one another, but speaking of sports, the last 2 documentaries of Jordan, The Last Dance, aired Sunday night. Very interesting the way they ended that. To be honest with you, I think that's the best sports documentary I've ever seen in my life. Like, that's the best sports documentary, hands down, to me.
So,
Really?
So, question: have you seen
Before we get to that, before I forget, I just want to shout out our first time listeners, our last time listeners. I just want to shout out everybody that views us on YouTube. I want to shout out Ashton and Demi for bringing forth the beautiful little boy today, Masai. Bringing
Congrats.
bringing a child into the world is always a beautiful thing. So just want to shout out. Yes, I want to shout out Forever Young. I was told to do that, but I'll do it anyway. But yeah, that documentary that made me realize. That really made me realize the amount of effort it takes to build a championship team, much less a dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you
but everybody doesn't feel the same in the dynasty though. Did you hear Horace Grant response to everything that went on?
yeah, he felt like the documentary was a lot of it wasn't true, which I believe because
Okay.
I don't think Jordan would have put anything out to
Negative.
really,
Negative.
yeah, against himself. That's to be expected.
Agree. Yeah, that's
The,
with anyone.
the only thing I wanted them to talk more about in the documentary, which I felt was bullshit, was, and I don't wanna say it like that, but his gambling addiction. They kind of brushed over that a little bit. You know what I mean?
I mean, that doesn't really affect how he played the game, though.
Not speaking of how he played the game, but there was rumors that it was somewhat of a cause of his father's death. Now I don't want to.
I've heard that a lot. I've heard
Yeah,
that a lot.
I don't want to speak on that too much because I don't have facts, and I God rest in peace to his father, by the way. But
Right.
I don't want to I don't want to push the issue on that. But
Mm-hmm.
the way they glossed over his gambling addiction in that
Uh-huh.
documentary, yeah, they could have glorified. They could have bring that to the light some more. Like I felt like it wasn't
Wait,
it wasn't a large focal point. Like
but you have
it's
to realize, oh, pardon that.
go ahead.
But you have to realize, man, this is a documentary about the GOAT. He ain't, like you say, he had to sign off on everything was being said before they decide to air this documentary and everything. So yeah, he can bring it up
True.
because people know about it because it was brought up in the past, and because that
Right.
might have taken him to a bad place. And like you say, we don't know, but it's speculated that it might have been the cause of his father's death. You know, if any truth to that, of course he ain't gonna want to talk about that too much. You see what
Well,
I'm saying? So
well, for me
of
it
course he had
wasn't.
to sign off on that and to make sure they don't talk about it too much. You see what I'm
Well,
saying?
for me it wasn't really that. For me it was how intense his gambling habits was because he had some
Mm-hmm.
large debt. They didn't really go into that. That's the only for me. That's the only thing I wanted to hear watching the documentary because I have a book on Phil Jackson. A lot of these things in this documentary spoke about. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
these things I knew about the Bulls going into this documentary. For me, that was the only shadow
Okay.
part that I wanted to know. Like that's the only thing that I wanted them to really say, okay, yeah, he had a huge gambling addiction.
Okay. In certain parts of the document, they said that he was very competitive. Like you said, they try to blow over it, but they kind of enlighten it. But if you're not paying attention to the details of it, they said he was competitive about everything. I don't know if you saw the parts like when he was playing, showing the quarter against the wall
Right.
game with
Bro,
Dr.
and I
Julius.
saw that. I say, wow.
Exactly. That right there says how much of a competitive spirit he had and how addicted he was to gambling. But you have to read into it to get in the depth of it. But it said what it was,
Yeah.
but
But
it didn't elaborate too much.
what you all feel about what you all feel about the owner not offering them a second chance until they won the championship?
What do you
Because
mean?
in the doc, like it basically states in the doc that the reason Mike walked away the time he did is because he wanted Phil to be there. Right.
Right,
Now
right,
the
right,
owner of the Bills before the season, before the last season, the '98 season, told Phil already this is going to be his last season, no matter what.
right,
Now
right,
after them winning the championship, he came back and he reconsidered. He wanted to negotiate, but Phil already called it like he already deemed it the last dance. So in his
right.
mind, he was already out of there. Y'all feel like Michael really would have stayed
Okay.
had Phil stayed?
Yeah, bro.
You think so?
No
Maybe 2 years
doubt.
more.
No
Maybe
doubt,
two more
bro.
years.
No doubt, bro.
I think it would have been impossible to get that team back though, because Scotty was not gonna sign for another year.
I agree.
I feel like
I agree with that.
I
I
feel like
agree
Scott
with that.
Pippen would have. I feel like he would have signed, bro. Like if MJ to tell him, "Hey, look here, bro, you need to
Fam,
sign again. We trying to run at this again." Scotty would have
Scotty
signed again, bro.
Scotty had 5 years, 60 million. You think he was gonna sign another 1 year contract and get less than
Oh,
two?
wait.
Yeah,
Wait, year 5 years, 60 minutes. What, another thing?
the Rockets.
Portland. No, he did Portland.
Yeah, he didn't go to the Rockets, but he was getting that deal. That was the deal on the table for him.
Fuck, I was taking that. Shit.
So you think he was gonna take? You think he would have taken the $7 million that the Bulls probably could have offered him or less for 1 year?
No, because he always felt like he was underpaid.
He was
the second best player in the guy. Jordan recognizing him.
Yeah, but he was underpaid. The thing is for him,
exactly.
Like he already felt like he was in a long contract, longer than it needed to be. You know what I mean? There was no way he was going to sign another 1 year contract, knowing that he could get what he could get. See, one more year, one more ring for him wouldn't have meant nothing. At that time in his career, I felt like he was more bent on, securing the bag.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, I mean, that was a great dog, though, to be honest. Like, y'all have any takeaways?
That was solid.
Scotty he cheated.
They put it together.
He cheated.
Huh?
Scottie Pippen was cheated. He deserved more money. He deserved more respect. But it was a great documentary as well. But it really highlighted Jordan. At the end of the day, everybody in the world knows that Jordan is the best player in the world. But let's highlight the other Bulls player who contributed to the other titles that they won.
I felt
Jordan
like
he didn't do all by himself.
No, but I felt like that documentary did a great job actually in highlighting all the counterparts to Michael Jordan, because they went in depth with Phil, they went in depth with Steve Kerr, Paxson early on in the documentary. They even spoke about Krause. You know what I mean? And everyone named him to be like the bad guy, but I think it was more the owner that really separated like the dynasty of the Bulls. Krause just took a shitload of
Why you feel that way?
Because he was the one that really told these guys that, hey, this is your last year, especially with Phil. Knowing Phil was somewhat like the leader of the pack in terms of if he walked, Michael gonna walk.
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like to be honest, I feel like Phil already knew he was gonna get that job in LA.
That's a good job, yeah.
Yeah, like you could turn
a job.
I wasn't gonna turn down coaching Kobe and Shaq. That would be crazy.
Was it more money? Did they say it was more money?
Probably was. I'm not sure. That's what we need. We need someone to fact check some of this shit. Because I gotta be talking and trying to fact check at the same time.
Yeah.
You gotta find someone to fact check some of this shit. Y'all get anything else on the dock?
I really got nothing much to say on it. Like you said, put together solid, but I liked it. I enjoyed it.
I liked it, but at the end of the day, we all know one man does not make a team. And it's a 5-man team to run up and down the court. And I don't know if everybody here have played basketball before, but it doesn't take one man to play a whole court game. That's a lot to do. So at the end of the day, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Stephen Kerr, Horace Grant, all these guys played a major part. But at the end of the day, Michael Jordan is the best player in the world. So definitely they highlighted him more than everybody else, which is fine.
The doc was about him.
Exactly.
But you see about him and the Bulls.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. That's what it should have been about.
Well,
The
their
Bulls,
last season.
not just him.
But it was though.
Yeah.
Like I don't
It
think
was about the Bulls, but
of
course they highlight the GOAT.
Right. I don't think they shy. I don't think they shy away from like everything else and all his counterparts and team players. They did a really good job, to me, highlighting everybody and putting everyone in the spotlight. Well, of course.
Okay, now I've never watched really much of Michael play before that with him and seeing highlights, but watching that documentary, it showed me his hunger, his drive, his passion, his ambition towards the game. Like, I think I wanted to win, regardless. I never got that before the documentary on God. I never saw that before the documentary.
You watch sports?
That was good. At the end of the day,
I gotta
I
ask the
always hear
question.
people speak about how great he is, but I never really see. The documentary showed me how he used to talk to his team players like, we gotta win this. If we all don't win this, I can kick your ass, I can do this, I can do that. So it showed me his ambition to win. So he's like an Iverson. Iverson is a pound for pound the best player to ever play the game based on his size and his height and all that. So watching that documentary, it showed me that, buddy, at the end of the day, Jordan was Iverson and more.
I never heard nobody say Jordan was Iverson, but I understand what you're saying. Though.
I understand what you
I
getting
mean,
at.
I mean the drive and the will to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
understand that. We understand that. Maybe
Iverson's pound for pound the best player in the world, but pound for pound. I mean, at this size, that nigga don't fuck around.
I ain't rolling with that. I mean, he was one of the great. Don't get me wrong. Iverson was talented. He was talented and he was great. Hall of Fame and everything. But I can't say. Hello.
Pound for pound. Pound for pound.
Yeah.
Ken.
All right. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that with Iverson.
All right. Exactly.
I'll give you that with Iverson. He was tough.
Exactly.
Like I don't think I've ever met a player
exactly
as tough as him.
Exactly.
You take anything.
Even Kobe speak on it. How playing against Iverson made him a better shooting guard, a better man, a better player.
No doubt. You get anything on that, Steve?
No, nothing necessarily on that or not. Straight with that.
I don't even like Kobe personally, but he was a great player. He's gone now. I respect his legacy, but at the end of the day, I personally believe if Iverson had a better center during that 2000 finals, he would have cut Kobe and Shaq ass.
Fuck out of here.
That's what.
Get the fuck out of here.
I can't agree with that.
No, sir. Get the fuck out of here.
Why not? Why not?
A Laker team.
What better
$2,000
center was going to go up against Shaq? Shaq was the hardest center in the league at the time.
I agree. Okay, let's say he had Karl Malone as a power forward or David Robertson. You don't think Iverson was going to win?
No. Nope. The Lakers team was a different animal.
What a phrase. I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that.
No, that 2000.
That Lakers team ain't win one chip. They win 3 chips, bro.
It's not even that.
Stupid, dog.
It's not even that.
They stupid.
They win 67 games that year. Listen to me. In the history of the NBA, that's the 5th best winning record of a season.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't rocking with it. Iverson was tough, but he couldn't get over that team.
But ain't no man Iverson's size could have seen him, or even 2 or 3 inches above him could have seen him. But Iverson was incredible, boy. On guard.
He was. He can't take nothing away from him now.
Exactly. Okay, so let me ask you this question: which guy today you see could be equivalent to who Iverson was back in those days?
As in point guard? Boy, I don't know.
Yeah, point shooting, whatever. Equivalent to Iverson at his size, his speed, his scoring ability, all that.
I would say Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving isn't as tough as him.
Probably Kyrie.
Definitely not.
Skill wise, I'll give it to Kyrie. Like I think Kyrie is as skilled as Iverson. I don't think he's more skilled, but he is. He is really skilled.
The toughness applies though, because you gotta be able to get knocked down, get the fuck back up, shake that shit off, and keep it moving.
Kyrie got some grit in him, you know. He got some grit in him, but
he's a dog.
Iverson is a different animal. Like you can't, as a lot of players, you can't compare Iverson to. Like only the toughest person I would say besides Iverson is Kobe. Like to play with injuries and multiple injuries at that, or get knocked down and continue to play no matter what. Yeah. So Iverson, when you look at the toughness, like there ain't a lot of players that was tougher than Iverson at all.
Facts. These niggas soft nowadays.
Like they sitting out,
Times change.
they sitting out with a broken nail.
I don't like Kyrie Irving on a personal level because he isn't as all hype as he seems to be in person. But the nigga could dribble, the nigga could score, the nigga talented. At the end of the
But
day, he is very talented.
he is so talented, right? I was gonna say I didn't even want to butt in, but I was gonna say, but I feel like he's more talented than Iverson, dog.
Let me ask you
You
something.
see what they saying?
Let me ask you something.
Yeah, bro.
I had
as
a
far as talent, yes, bro.
I had a conversation yesterday. Not yesterday, a few days ago with a friend. Do y'all feel like females really get to know men?
Like, this way going complete 180.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we doing today. We mixing it up.
We mixing it up. On what level?
Oh, that's
on what level, Cam?
Like
on what level, bro?
All right. When I say that, okay, I feel like females normally only get to know a guy good enough to see if they would fuck him, or like to see if he fits their life situation at the time. But like they don't really get into how guys operate, or like they don't really get into the bag of what their man is about or who their man really is. That's why it's kind of hard for.
Okay. Now, when you say that, right? Do you mean Bahamian women? Do you mean young women? Do you mean or you mean women in general?
Speaking of women in general, like most women, I don't want to generalize it, but most women, I feel like most women don't really get to know the person that they're with, be it being a man, because like
because they feel like a man supposed to make them happy.
Yeah, but that you shouldn't look for someone to make you happy. That's the problem.
I agree. Happiness should come from within.
Y'all don't have nothing else but that? Fuck it then. We can move on to something else.
But I can talk a lot about it, it's just that I really thinking on like the words to use on situations like this, because that could go both ways, bro. Because like you could say, oh yeah, girls don't really take time to know niggas. And bro, like niggas ain't no better, dog. I don't feel like nobody is really take time to know each other before they decide to like get intimate with the next person or whatever the case may be. It's just it's a savage world now, dog.
It's not taking the time to know someone. I'm speaking about like a guy would normally dig into a female's past in terms of like how she was raised. You know what I mean? Like a family dynamic, like you know what I mean? Like the values and stuff like that she grew up on. Females don't really do that when it comes to men. So they may not. And why I said this is like a lot of times men would show displaced aggression, and females would not understand where it comes from. Like they would just think, oh, he's an angry person or he has a problem. But most of the time, they don't really take the time to dig in to like their partner's mental and try to figure out like why this guy may be behaving this way, or what makes him think the way he thinks.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, I don't feel like it's easy for females to do that, because a lot of times but I mean, like, how us males go, bro. If a female was to really run up on us and be like, oh, hey baby, tell me about like a traumatic experience or some type of experience of why you lashing out like this. But ain't too much niggas opening up to gals and stuff like that.
Yeah, we know
pride why.
We know males horrible at communicating. We know that.
Yeah, bro.
But that's a part of the way they've been raised too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I guess it has to start somewhere.
But see, a lot of Bahamians don't believe that we need to go to physical like therapy and counseling. A lot of Bahamians do not believe in that, which I personally feel like we need that, because if we're being taught to close in our feelings and keep to ourselves how we personally feel, and how we're gonna express to other people how we should conduct ourselves with each other. Because at the end of the day, communication is the most important thing in any relationship. Where it
Mm,
comes to man or woman, father and son, then daughter,
Your shit lagging as fuck, yo.
communication is key. So we have a hard time because a lot of males feel like expressing themselves make them feel vulnerable or weak or not like a real man. But that's
Right.
not the case. They should be able to let their woman know or their female counterpart know that, hey, I don't like this, I don't like that. So correct this and correct that, and we'll be better off. It's communication.
Yeah, but you gotta realize too, some people, like I said, a lot of people behaviors come from their past experience. If you've been in a relationship,
Exactly.
if you've been in a relationship with someone where not only they can't communicate, but every time you take it, you take it to where you need to communicate effectively, it's seen as a negative. So moving on, you may be a little systemic to trying to communicate in a relationship or trying to become more vulnerable to your partner. So that's a lot of these
But
things.
I personally feel like, mhm. Sorry, go ahead.
No, a lot of these things people need to realize. Like that's I think that's where the void comes in when you don't recognize and acknowledge that. You know what I mean? It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with being upset. There's nothing wrong with not knowing how to communicate. But when you don't identify with that, when you don't realize that, hey, I'm not a good communicator. I'm not a person that tries to become vulnerable. Anytime a situation arises, like there's gonna be there's gonna be some negative backlash because you don't know how to direct that energy.
But
Yeah, where it coming from?
communication does not only come the communication does not only come vocally or whatever verbally. Communication is also body language, behavior. There's a lot of ways to communicate. So if you know your partner or you know the person that you're with, there's certain things that you could read and sense from them to know that, hey, okay, I don't communicate too clearly verbally, but if you watch my body language, my facial expressions, my energy that you get from me, then you would know how I conduct myself as a person. And a lot of behemoth people does not communicate effectively and clearly, which in we need that to in order to have a effective and committed relationship. Because if I don't understand you, how can we progress as a couple or as a unit? You feel me?
yeah. Like, I mean, on both your points, like communication is key. But I mean, like I was saying earlier, but like males and females in today's day and age, ain't nobody really taking that time out to, like you say, go to your partner and say, or such and such is the case, or this experience that I had, and this why I acting out like this, or like if you see a partner acting out, you go to them and be like, why you acting out like this? Like these ain't things
Right.
that are in the norm in today's society, bro.
But it should be.
Like I
That's
say,
true. That's
everyone
true.
on savage time, dog.
It should be. That's
I
the
agree.
problem.
It should be.
I agree,
Because
David. I agree.
because
It should be. It should be.
because everybody is searching for this perfect love or this, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
This romance story that, you know what I mean? The
Or
Sierra
this
and
unique
Russell Wilson.
situation.
Yeah. So if you want that, you gotta realize you gotta work towards that. You know what I mean?
Bro, let me show you another
And
thing too, bro. People like in today's society, dog, you know that people go for advice. They don't go to their partner and stuff for advice. They go to social
They got
media for
friends
advice, dog. They go
or
to social
friends.
media. They see something happening on social media and they see people saying, "Oh yeah, handle the situation this way." So that's what they can do. Handle the
hey,
Or they
situation this way. Like everyone putting on the front of social media, dog.
that's a
It's
good point.
crazy.
That's a good point you brought up, Banks, about
mm,
people not taking advantage of maybe seeing a psychiatrist or taking a like better care of your mental health. Why do
right.
you think why do you think in the Bahamas is so frowned upon to really take care of yourself mentally. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm gonna make the statement, and I don't want any Bahamian to get offended or feel oppressed or any kind of way about it.
They probably gonna get offended.
Yeah, I just gonna say. I mean, a lot of people can get offended right now.
Yeah. So yeah, I I want to put a disclaimer out regardless. But here's my thing, right? In the Bahamas and in our society, right? I personally feel, based on how I've grown up and my parents and the older people who are except my parents, we have a lot of people in the Bahamas that are closed-minded, small-minded, and they only go by the things that they know, not what the outside world has to offer or what the outside world teaches us. Right. So anything that's not normal to them is offensive, it's a problem, is what you call detrimental. But there's a lot of things in the world that can teach us how to be a better people and better persons. So if it's not new, if it's not known to them, it's a harm to them. So going to psychiatrists and expressing your feelings, that's not what Bahamians do. Right, it's not what Bahamians do. So they're not gonna jump along with it and be like, you know what? Let's give this a try. Hell no. Okay, let me make a point to you guys real quick. And okay, back in 2002, 2001, I was in maybe grade 7, grade 8, right? Back then, if someone said to you that they were gay, that was like, oh, wow.
Hold on. Before you go any further.
No, hold on.
This is another 180.
Before you go any further, I must let you know. Guys, I must let you know. I don't want to be a part of any Me Too movements. I don't want to be a part of any LGBT community discussions. I don't want to be canceled by anybody, all right? Before we even start.
180, bro.
But let me just give you an example of what I'm saying. Yeah. Back in those days, that rate there was like, oh my God, wow. But now in today's society, it's like, if you meet someone who is a part of the LGBT whatever community, it's like, oh, okay, cool. So in the Bahamas, as well as America they adopted things quicker. So in the Bahamas, we take maybe 5 years behind them to get along to what's going on. Now in today's society, that is like almost normal to us, almost normal. But back then, that was weird. So everything takes time when it comes to the Bahamian people in the Bahamas, because our older society, they take a long time to adapt to our younger generation mentality. If you meet females now who are 25 and under, 80% of those females are bisexual or gay.
You would know, right?
Because they go up to, hey, we ain't talking about dollar. They go up to college. They've experienced. They've gone up to college. They've experienced this. They experienced that, and they realize the world is much larger than the Bahamas and a Bahamian mindset. We just think on a smaller scale than the world. Unfortunately.
Shout out to the Shout out to the LGBTQ community. What's the Q for anyway? Queer?
I believe so, but I'm not too educated on that subject, so I don't really want to speak on it. Right. But back to your point though, Nalo, what you're saying is a good point, but because I brought it up before in a previous podcast that because of our generation, like you say, and our society in the Bahamas being like a third world country, and the country being run by the older generation. Like I said, that generation, like you say, is traditionalist, bro. So they ain't really too accepting to new things and what's not. So, like you say, back in the day, ain't nobody going to no therapy and what's not, or saying, hey, you need to go see the shrink, or something wrong with your mental health. You need to go see the shrink. You see what I'm saying? So that's something, like you say, we got to work ourselves into and just show people that there's nothing wrong with going to see a shrink, and mental health is a real issue around the world. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it in foreign, it back home too. So, so it's something that need to be looked into for real, but it ain't a norm in our society, bro. And that's how it goes.
Y'all ever think about how many people um, will be affected mentally by, let's just say, it's not even a year removed from
By being locked down?
no Hurricane Doreen, and
Oh,
now people going through this in terms of
Oh,
job losses. Some people may have lost family members and friends, loved ones to the virus,
bro,
right.
and
it's
then
crazy you bring that up.
just being in the house alone could really do something to you mentally if you're not a strong person, or if you don't have endeavors to really take your mind off what's going on. Because sometimes, like,
I agree.
I'd have to shut the TV off because, like, this shit could really get to you.
Bro, and it's crazy you bring that up because you could imagine being someone. Let me use Freeport as an example because the second city or whatever in the Bahamas, so the economy jumping, and they were severely hit by the hurricane. So you could imagine being in Freeport, you going through that big hurricane, Category 5 hurricane, moving at 1 mile per hour, never seen or heard of in history before. Everything get mashed up, and then as soon as things start turning around, or you starting to rebuild and what's not, then you get hit with this COVID-19, bro. Come on, dog. That'll send people crazy for real, bro.
That's what I'm
That'll send
saying.
people crazy for real. That type of shit is traumatic, bro. You could imagine you put your whole life savings, bro. Like it's people who don't really manage money well or didn't manage money well when they were younger. So you can imagine someone like that putting their whole life savings or the majority of their life savings in a business. Then you get knocked by the hurricane, and then you try to put the rest of your savings into bringing the business back, and then this COVID-19 shit happened, dog. That'll send you crazy, bro. It'll make people want to give up on life and stuff like that for real, dog.
That's what I'm
I
Crazy.
saying.
mean, see, but the part, hold on. I want to speak on that. The part that you said it right. That's an important part because that just teaches people that at the end of the day, we get have our own plans and our own endeavors and our own plans for life. But if God has his own plans and he says, like, yeah, chicken is chicken, bro, that's what it's gonna be. Because you can
Yeah,
have
that's
your
how
own
it goes.
plans, but at the end of the day, God has the last say. So that's why people shouldn't feel like they're better than anybody else. Because you could be a millionaire on Thursday, whatever it is, May 21st?
Yeah.
21st?
Yeah.
You could be a millionaire May 21st. You could be a fucking poor man on Friday, May 22nd. Nobody is better than nobody. My grandmother, and I'm sure all of y'all grandmother may have said this to y'all growing up. You have not passed anything until you die. You ain't better than no man. Money doesn't make you better than nobody. Anybody can fall at the wayside. So we all should be humane to each other and be our brother's keeper. But that does not happen here in the Bahamas, as we all know.
Money can pay for them
Savage time.
threesomes though.
Wait, what? Dog.
Tell you that. It may not be everything, but it definitely can help you. It definitely can help you in some situations.
What it is? What it is?
Huh?
What
Hey
you say,
man,
sir?
you want to set a few cash apps here and there. You can, you know what I mean?
That just
Cash
come
out.
around. That just come around. That just come around.
We get
No, that's not good. That.
a lot of things money can do. You know what I mean? It's important in
Okay.
areas. It's important in areas where
Uh-huh.
it's important, and it's not important
Exactly.
in areas where it's not important.
It's not important. Exactly. I agree with you
Mm.
because at the end of the day, me personally, I would not kill my brother. I would not kill anybody in my circle, anybody around me for cash or to profit or to get more money. Because at the end of the day, I am what you call a human, and I have what you call a humane spirit. But a lot of people are demons. They'll kill you for money. 100,000, 50,000.
And
Dead.
then when you think about that, like that, I don't want to get too much into that because I don't want to like keep going in circles. That's what we speaking to here with mental health, because majority, like 9 times out of 10, you have to be in some way, your mental capacity have to be compromised in some way for you to see like take it like just take a life and be comfortable with that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it still stems around to
And certain businesses, yeah.
it still stems around to taking care of yourself mentally. Like we have a lot of people walking around fucking crazy, and the reason why like they see nothing wrong is because they haven't realized that like they have no self recognition. You know what I mean? I don't want to be too preachy,
Right.
but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. What else we got now? What we got going on? What y'all talk about? We got some new. Gunna. I think Gunna got an album coming out tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Gunna. You fuck with Gunna?
I
I don't really. Why not? Let me not talk on that. You already know I fuck with as far as this music thing goes. But I listen a little bit of Gunna and thing. I know who Gunna and thing is. You see what I'm saying?
So
He actually was at our
you
school
really,
homecoming one time.
who you really fuck with?
Me?
Yeah.
Fucking world. I fucking world boss, mate. World boss popcorn.
Oh,
Them
okay,
thing.
okay.
Dance all
Yeah,
reggae vibes.
we can get that. Okay, we can get that. All right,
Hey,
so
that's another issue. That's another issue I have too. That's another issue I have with my people.
What
I was at a kickback yesterday, right? Why is it?
How many people was at this kickback, first of all?
Disclose the amount.
Don't get locked up. All right, don't get locked up on the board. Yeah, you know.
Disclose the amount.
Social distancing and thing, you know.
Yeah, we were social distancing.
he lied. Go ahead.
Why is it Bahamian people feel the need to always want to listen to reggae or culture?
Over Bahamian music?
No, not. Come on, let's don't do that.
I have to make sure.
So you think niggas is at a kickback listening to Reagan script?
Hold on. I want to raise my hand to this. I'm not okay. Here's my thing, right? I'm never going to listen to reggae scream music because it is not my style. It is not my flavor. Point blank period.
Exactly.
It is Bahamian, Trinidadian, Colombian. I don't give a shit. I don't like it. That's all.
All right. So yeah, like you be playing some nice, you know, I wouldn't say rap, but the vibes, you know, like some vibes music.
Right.
Like you know the type of music, you got a kickback, you got a couple chicks around, you know what I mean? You want to play some vibing music. Like why you think I have to play culture? Like I don't understand. Like
like
why we don't stem away from that then?
Like I don't know. That's a good question, mate.
There's other forms of music out there. You got a bunch. Yeah, they not even like hip hop is where it's at right now in terms of hip hop and pop music.
I always been there.
Like literally, that's one of the biggest genres, and not even that. Like they got some good soul music and stuff like that coming out now. Nice for kickbox and shit.
Yeah,
like that. But
I feel like the reason why people gravitate more towards, well, not gravitate more toward it, but why people gravitate toward like reggae and dancehall and things is because they're the things we could relate to, bro. Like that's our culture in our region, bro. So that's what people can pick up and relate to, you know? It ain't that we don't like hip hop or we can't play hip hop at the kickback. It's just that when we grow up on these culture tunes, bro. You act like you ain't not go.
Yeah, but I don't.
Doing them come on. Yeah. You gotta slap the wall and think.
Yeah, but I don't.
You ain't get back unless people slapping the wall.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't want to be. I don't want to be around. I don't want to be on a kickback and listening to Jaja City. You know what I mean? Like,
you can't have the whole kickback on them type tunes.
No,
but you have to pay a little homage to them type tunes. That's all of the three dollars. They paying a little homage to the little. This where we from. Nah, that's what we on. You see what they saying? That's how I go, bro.
No, I fucking with it. I roll with it. It's all types of music.
You gotta blaze the Jaja City and the more life and all that.
It's
World
all
boss.
types of music out there.
You know why people is placed the world boss though. That's what just get the guys them ready. See they saying? So all
Yeah.
day we on the world boss.
They ain't even shaking their ass. It's not like they had the kickbox shaking their ass.
Hold on.
You gotta tell them get up and shake it.
When you go in the club, Ken. When you go in the club, Rivers, what do they play?
There's a
Rivers,
difference.
when you go in the club, what do they play?
Yeah, but it's a difference. The club is different. Like you know what you go into the club for. You go into the club.
Okay.
You go into the club.
They play dancehall. They play that reggae shit, right? If you come to my house, I play rap strictly. But I ain't playing the music to get you in the mood because I can get you in the mood regardless.
No, but this is what I'm saying. The club is different from a kickbox. Like
right?
the club, you going to go get lit. So you know, like reggae music and all that shit. But I don't want to hear now them I wonder how the I don't want to hear now them how them I wonder. You know what I mean? The heathen's heart get hunger. I don't want to hear that shit to no kickbox.
Watch this, boy. It is be some people.
I swear.
Some people who is want to get lit like that at kickbox, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I is one of them. I ain't trying to say, but I can listen to the reggae all the time to kickbox. But I is one of them. If I go to the club, I just want to hear the little dance or thing so girls can shake their ass and thing. And if I had a kickbox, I want to hear the little dance or thing too because girls can shake their ass and that too. And the kickbox. You see what they saying? Well, but I know kickbox used me too.
So bring the kickbox our way.
Dog.
Hold on, so Rivers, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just say, right, you go in the club and you hear, we have some behemoth artists now who come up with some. You have some behemoth artists. They come up with some more modern day songs.
This
right? Oh, what is the song there? Go by. Hold on, this is a song. Go by the gal up. Let the gal come by. What is this? Let the gal come by. You don't go by the gal up or something like that. But it's more behemoth up-to-date songs now where you can listen to. You're gonna go in the club and you want to hear that? Let's be real.
No, like we ain't talking about that. Like I don't even.
What you talking about?
I don't want to hear. We ain't talking about it. I'm talking about you at a kickbox.
It's too much reggae getting played the kickbox.
Yeah, it's like
you hear rap.
What else supposed to be played the kickbox?
Not even rap. Chill music, vibes. You know what I mean? Nice vibes. Like everyone trying to chill, everyone trying to, you know what I mean?
Like R&B,
okay.
R&B vibes, old school vibes.
No, not R&B, man. They got some nice chill. So they even got some nice chill reggae music. But people trying to hear culture, like that's chanting music.
It depends. No, culture. It depends. Culture, chill music. Culture, chill music.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It depends.
Chill music.
Yeah, but
it depends on the crowd of the kickbox.
Any girls trying to hear that?
Yes.
Some girls, but yes, but
yeah.
See, some guys is behind the culture, dog.
Yeah, y'all is up them girls. Yeah, y'all have the girls who used to wear clocks in school to y'all kickbox. That's right.
Well, mother sick.
It don't matter,
bro.
They can get $400,
right?
They want to get $400.
That's what it is.
So girls who wear clocks can't. So girls who wear clocks can't get $400.
Yeah.
He discriminate.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Who used to wear the clocks though? You know what I'm saying. Hey, don't act like you don't know what I'm saying.
No, see, you talking about back in 2005, 2006.
Yeah, but
the
you know what I'm saying.
Clocks nowadays. The girls who wear clocks nowadays, you go fold them up on your fucking your laundry bin, bro. Don't worry about them. You can fold them right up. A nigga like you
folding anything up.
Hold on.
Wait,
I'm a man of standard, bro. Let's go there.
But I just feel like a little bit of culture at the kickback, ain't nothing wrong with it, but it depends on the crowd there. Now, you ain't want to play culture and thing for no 20 minutes, 30 minutes where people like, wait, why all this culture playing?
That's
you know, but
point.
you gotta pay how much shit a wide. Yeah, of course you ain't want to overdo it though. You don't want to overdo it.
That's all.
You don't overdo it with no genre. Yeah, see, you can't overdo it with no genre really, dog.
No genre. Yeah, mix it up.
Yeah, but Bahamians feel the need to always overdo it with culture. Always.
Like they say, that's the vibes. That's the type setting that we in.
You need to speak to the DJs about that, not fucking us. You know, we don't control the music that play in the club. Speak to the DJs about that.
No,
Have your
He talking
podcast
about at
and
the
DJ.
kickbox. He talking
I'm in
about
the
at the
club.
little
I talk
kickbox
about
at the
little
crib.
kickbox, little chill vibes. I don't
Hey,
the club.
from you guys to my chill vibe, right? My like kickback. Whatever music the girls want to play, because I need to get the girls jiggy. Whatever music they want to hear, I can play 1960s music if they want to hear that. That's to get
Man,
them
Gallus.
lit. All
So,
right then. You know what it is?
yeah,
Don't mind with us. Don't mind with us play like Mr. Gentleman. Don't make it wait for me.
Let's get on. Let's get on with the show.
You see that? All right. I'm glad everybody see that. All right.
What do y'all think about? What do y'all think about 6ix9ine? What do y'all think about him?
Like he said, he's back.
Exposing the Billboard charts.
You getting money, bro? It's a publicity stunt.
Well, I don't even know.
I mean, bro, if they
for the viewers at home, for the viewers at home, let me really give them a synopsis of what's going on.
Yeah,
so apparently, 6ix9ine came out and he had a problem with the Billboard charts, not ranking his music video at #1 or his song. What is it, Gooba or Glooba?
Gooba, I think.
Glooba or something like that. Yeah. And anyway,
the boy's surging right now because he ain't at #1.
Yeah, he came in at #3 behind Doja Cat and Nicki Minaj, and #1 was Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber. So he came at Ariana Grande saying that they bought the 30,000 streams right before the numbers came out, and that's the reason why he didn't get #1. My thing is, and I think we had a conversation about this on the pod before, it's kind of hard to track artists by Billboard charts now. Is because there's so many ways to trick streaming. Like, there's something they've been doing. So me personally, I'm not gonna say an artist is hot. Well, me don't say hot. I'm not gonna say that this artist is a better artist than someone else just because their numbers stand towards that. Because now streaming it goes as a trend. You know what I mean? You can have a trendy song. That doesn't mean that you're quote unquote
a good artist,
like a really good artist. That's what my stance was on Roddy Ricch compared to the Baby. Now they're two different rappers, and their content is different.
Right.
But to me, I feel like Roddy Ricch is a better artist than the Baby.
I agree.
Some would argue different.
I agree.
The Baby makes better music, or I would say more trendy music because of the type of artist he is. He's more of a comical rapper, like hype music, like music for the clubs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Roddy Ricch content is a bit different. He speaks about his life struggles and what he's gone through in the past and stuff like that.
But everybody can relate to him still.
Yeah, I just personally feel like he's a better artist than the Baby. Like, that's why I don't focus too much on numbers when it comes to music nowadays, compared to when numbers actually matter. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Right. Like you say, it's everything. Like you say, you can manipulate streams and everything. Anything on the internet could be manipulated.
Right.
So because of today's society and how technology is, the numbers game ain't really how it used to be in the past. Like you say, where they'd actually have to count these things up for the Billboard top 10 or whatever the case may be. Now, like you say, people could be buying them for real, bro. You can manipulate it. That's the end story. You can manipulate it. So it ain't really like you say, bro, it ain't a fair shake at it.
I think that's something that's been going on for a while, to be honest with you. It's yet to be proven. It's yet to be proven, but they're doing. I think they started an investigation on it.
Bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you, dog. You see just how 6ix9ine surging about this and exposing it now or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't buy streams before, bro. You see what I'm saying? Because To be honest, to me, dude, music whack, bro. I don't know how all these people be listening to him.
I wouldn't say
you see what I'm saying?
It ain't my type of music. It's nothing
Like
I would listen
say,
to.
Like
but,
I say, to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it whack though.
Nigga, music is whack, bro. To me, his music is whack, bro. I don't know how he have all these streams. Well, I don't know how come he's so popular.
It's because people like it.
As he is.
People like his music. People generally he makes good music. I would. It's not my type of music.
I mean, he hitting the right fan base for sure. The numbers proving it. But I wouldn't be surprised if he manipulated the system a bit too.
He makes good music, and I'm always the type of person that believes that record labels, because we know from back then record labels, they would spend X amount of dollars to buy albums once they came out, the hard copies. It's kind of how would I say this? It would be naive for me to think that they don't do it now with streams, and especially hearing that they have so many bot services that you could have bots like really
just be running the tracks,
just running your streams constantly and on refull. You know what I mean? So that's kind of far-fetched, but I really think that that's something they need to look into more and really get it
he definitely bring it to the light.
Yeah, he got to get it. They have to get this shit under wraps, because it's like they're really, a lot of artists are really taking advantage of streaming now. Streaming is just hard to calculate how good it's hard to gauge how great an artist is just by the numbers now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Real wild.
You still with us? You still with us, Bikes? Look like you fall asleep over there, bro. No?
I think his audio just went out.
Sound like. But yeah, so y'all have anything else? Anything y'all want to touch on?
I mean, I try to remember where we was before we did experience all the technical difficulties.
Oh yeah, we was talking about the streaming.
Oh yeah. Them manipulating the streams and what's not.
Right.
Yeah, but I feel like you say, bro, in today's society, like with all the new technology and advances, they could definitely have bots that count these streams, bro. Like, or they could definitely just be paying people to say, hey, just have this on repeat all day, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you can't really go based off of the streaming numbers and then do much no more for real to say that, hey, this is the hardest artist right now, you know?
Yeah, we know artists we know record labels been looping streams, so that's not far-fetched to believe what the case. I'm not sure on it. I don't have any facts on it, but I wouldn't be too surprised if this was really going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When y'all think the country opening back up, like how long before things like?
Bro, the word I heard is July 1st, so hopefully by then. But things ain't gonna be back to normal until like next year around this time, bro. For sure. But hopefully things open up like business.
I would jump and say next year around this time. I'd say probably next year March. Let me not say next year next year March, February, because January is a slow month for tourism on the whole. But Christmas and Thanksgiving, if we get popping by August, maybe by Thanksgiving we should be solid, because Thanksgiving always is a good year for the Bahamas. So I want to jump into next year, but maybe Thanksgiving, Christmas.
They have a lot of companies, especially a resort like Atlantis, will have to do a lot of readjusting in terms of social distancing and stuff like that. So I don't know how they
they wouldn't be able to book out the whole hotel.
Yeah, I don't know how they gonna host events like they normally do concerts a lot in the Christmas. They do concerts. I could bet my last dollar Battle for Atlantis is canceled. So yeah, it's just a lot.
Bro, the only way things that speed up the process is if a vaccine come out that they say could work, but even that is take at least a year, you know, with all the trial runs and say caters to the mass amount of people and stuff like that. So,
You
like I say,
like,
yeah. You say if I take it?
Yeah.
No, sir. But that's just me. That don't mean people shouldn't take it.
Hey.
Me? But unless I am my dad bad, bro, like bad as we are my dad bad, and they say, wait, if you don't take this, you can dead in 5 minutes. Other than that, I'm straight, boy. It's my time to go. It's my time to go. But mine ain't taking no vaccine type of vibe. And like,
well, we know they can.
I don't want the first dose, and I don't want the second dose, bro.
We know they can make it. So like you have to cope in society. Like
yeah, bro.
You
like,
probably would.
Like on your immunization card, yeah, bro.
Yeah, immunization card, and you probably won't be able to travel without it. Then.
For sure, bro.
Yeah, so
in these upcoming months right now, like with everyone reopening, they're not letting people travel unless you have some type of proof or ID that you don't have it, bro. Like that you've been tested negative for it or something like that. You know, if you don't have that, they're not gonna let you travel at all, bro.
Right.
At all. It was actually yesterday. Side note, but it ain't really a side note. But yesterday, the Bahamas just implemented that it's now okay for people to travel from island to island, but they have to show proof that they don't have any signs of COVID-19 and stuff like that, and they actually been to the doctor and have to get it like written off by the doctor to say, okay, you can travel and stuff like that. So we making a small progressions. So like I say, hopefully July 1st things get back to normal and we could open up as in a commercial capacity, a bigger commercial capacity, but normalcy ain't coming until next year, bro. So just know.
Yeah, that's for sure. I just need a vacation. I need to get off this island for a bit. But
bro, my vacation got to be at least 2 weeks, bro. I can't do no 1 week vacation on a weekend. It got to be at least 2 weeks this year, though. So yeah, I basically just talking about when normalcy can come back. I don't think it can be until like next year for sure, bro. So until then, everybody got to hold firm. Just keep obeying the little social distancing orders. And even next year, bro, it still can be some form of social distancing until things get back to normal. So hopefully, bro, just everybody hold firm. Just know this is a little test for everybody. New decade start with one of the biggest tests that a lot of people who surviving right now seeing in their lifetime,
It's true. I ain't got nothing else. I don't know if you got anything else. Oh, what you watching on Netflix now? I started a series called White Line. I think I was on the second episode. It's a really good season. Yeah, it seems like it was this female and her brother. Her brother was a DJ, and I think he left her at a certain age, I guess, to pursue his dreams or whatever with his friends. And it was, and the story began 22 years later when she was looking for him. Apparently, he's been missing for some years now.
He's buried in the desert or something like that.
Right. They found out that.
I tried to watch it too.
Yeah, she found out that he was killed and buried in the desert. So now I guess I'm not sure on it, but I'm guessing the story is going to be her trying to unravel the mystery of who killed her or how her brother was killed. It seems like a good. I like the first 2 episodes.
The first episodes really draw me into, bro. I started watching that as well. And then one of my brothers put me on something else that's been out for a while named Snowfall. I don't know if you know about that, but I started watching that.
I've been on that.
I just finished the first season of that, and she pretty lit. So that's what I'm on right now. The Snowfall and the White Lines.
Better than Power, to be honest with you. Better than Power.
What, Snowfall?
Yeah, to me.
Alright, that's what I on season 2 right now. I just finished the first episode of season 2 earlier today.
Yeah,
that's what I did.
I really fucking with that. But yeah. Man, other than that, that's all I got, man. I really got nothing else. It was a great podcast.
Good episode, my brother.
Yep.
Episode number 5 for the ones who ain't know. Number 5.
Right, this is episode number 5. Shit,
this is episode 5.
I didn't even say all that.
No. Shit. So don't worry, I got you. The co-host got you. This is episode number 5, peeps. Everybody, thanks for watching, all the new listeners. What you say, the ones who listening for the first time and the last time, we respect and big up yourself.
Right.
You know, shout out all the ones who foreign listening. Shout out baby girl in Miami. You don't know what's going on. I had to try to slide that in there quick.
you thought I was gonna catch on to that. I feel you. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you don't know. Shout out to everyone though. Hey, this podcast, like you said, we kicking it off, like digging it. Digging it down the long run. You don't know.
Yeah. I shout outs may get me in problems, so
Ah,
shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to everyone that supports us.
I would get if I didn't drop that shout out just now still.
But shout out Courtney, let me put it like that. My good friend Courtney, her birthday was yesterday. Shout out to her. Shout out to my boy Kiam. His birthday was today, actually. We can get some drinks tomorrow. We can do something tomorrow and have some fun. It's a good show. Good podcast. Can't wait to get back next week. Hopefully Naldo phone is a little bit better. He had some technical difficulties again. But hey, that's what it is.
We working through it, man. You already know we gonna work through all the things. You don't know.
Right. But man, that's it. Good.
2 for 2. Y'all peace out.